And today I want to take you through a new purchase. For a while there with my gravel bike, I have a back rack and I can put panniers onto that back rack, and what tends to happen is that I'm more heavier at the rear of the bike and I have very little load on the front of the bike. It's not a bad setup because the front forks are carbon forks and not designed to carry a lot of weight in amongst the stresses of having on the normal front forks anyway. But with weight on the back, weight on the frame bag in the middle, I was really wanting to put at least some weight out the front, and a front rack isn't really an option due to the carbon fibre forks. So I've been looking for a product, and AliExpress, I was having a look at frame bags through that, and I found this particular setup. And what it is a set of bags. This is the 4 litre, and there is a 6 litre as well. They come in a range of colours, as in black, orange, blue and olive. And I've purchased the olive because, as I show you in a bit, it'll go nicely with my olive gravel bike, so matchy match. With the box comes the front bag. They call it a fork pack. A set of instructions, some bits and pieces that allow you to take the mount for the bag, which is this item, and either screw on to where you would normally put your bottle cage, or you use some straps, that pipe clamp sort of straps that you can mount them to your suspension forks on the front of your bike. Or they also do demonstrate that you can put it onto the front of a scooter with these sort of straps as well. So what I'll do is I'll take you through the mounting of this. The actual mount itself is a pretty solid piece of plastic. It has some friction mounts that are high friction areas, and then has the holes that you can put the pipe clamp through. And then it has a set of channels that the bag actually click into. The back of the bag has a receiver for that mount, and has a clip lock at the top of it, so you have to activate that clip lock when you want to take the bag back off. But that's the components that come with it. There is a strap that you can take it off the bike and then use it as a bit of a shoulder bag, so that if you had valuables and you're in a built up area with people, you could actually take the bags off and strap them to your shoulder. But let's have a look at the mounting of it and the size. So this is my normal setup on the gravel bike. I have a rear pannier that is most of the clothes and food. I normally have a sleeping mat, foldable sleeping mat and tent on the actual rack itself. Have a frame bag with spares, tubes, maintenance gear, and then usually some snacks. I do have a handlebar bag that I have most of the snacks that are readily available as you're riding along, and sunscreen and electronics, etc. Then at the front I have the bottle cages, and what I'll do is remove these bottle cages and put the mount on. Let me do that. Okay, we'll just, I've taken one of the screws off. I'll just take the other screw off. Okay. There is an arrow on the actual mount that indicates which way it's to be mounted. And you'll notice that these carbon forks, they're quite flat. So these mounts are nicely designed for something with a bit more curve, but you will see that they do sit quite nicely on the actual fork itself. So without any further ado, let's put those in. You will see that they that rounded section profile does sit a bit proud on these nice flat forks, but I don't suspect it'll cause too much of an issue. Then the connection of the bag is simply sliding down into the mount, and then you can hear that click on. So when you're wanting to remove it, you attack that lever and then pull it back up. So you see that there's a fair bit of friction in the mount there, so it's not going to jiggle off very easily. Now, the storage of capacity of these 4 litre bags. So in Australia, for example, we have 3 litre milk bottles, and the bag nicely fits. It's not snug, there's room on either side of that 3 litre milk bottle. It's designed that there's a bit of Velcro at the top that helps it close nice and shut. And then you roll it a couple of times and then you click it back on itself to provide that waterproofing. So eventually it looks something like that. So I veritably think it's going to be a great product that will, as I say, distribute some of the weight to the front of the bike and alleviate some of the imbalance between the weight distribution from front to back. Thanks for watching. What I'll do is I'll leave a link to the AliExpress store that I purchased these bags off. There was a very large difference from store to store as to what price they were selling these, and Amazon, the resellers at Amazon seem to be quite a lot more expensive than AliExpress. But with a bit of digging around, I did come up with a price, and I think they were around the $45 per bag, which I suspect is a little bit expensive. That they are well made. I'll get good years of use out of it, so eventually I'll forget the fact that they did cost $45, and suspect that they would have been a bit of a sweeter deal if they were actually a little bit less. But anyways, have a look for that link down below. Till then.